Hi! Happy Wednesday! I'm just doing a little quick video. I've just spoken for 20 minutes, but I'm just talking shit, so I'm going to try and lower it down so no one's listening to me talking shit for too long. I've had a bit of a sobering few days. Something personal happened, not to me, but to someone around me, and it just put things into perspective for me. What the fuck was that? Did you see that? Fly off there. Maybe I'll have a look back in a minute. Maybe it was something else. I see these things flying around. Anyway, and it just made me very, very, very grateful for what I've got, and that I'm alive and that I'm here. And, I'm breathing, I've got good health as far as I'm aware, and I've got so much to be grateful for. I could list it off all night, but I know what I'm grateful for. I really enjoyed my little 3 drags of weed the other night. It put so many things into perspective for me. And I'm glad it happened before this news came in as well. And since then I've been pretty chilled out, and I'm trying to shake off this anxiety that I've had about being judged, talking into YouTube, into the camera. And I've not ever used social media as a platform for myself, or any other type of social media, and I don't like to be judged. I don't like to put myself out to be judged. So, this is, every time I do this, it's not, it's not, I don't like the feeling of being judged, so I find it hard to do these videos sometimes, especially when, when people have been watching and I've got, a decent number of subscribers and stuff now. I find it difficult, is what I'm saying, but, I feel I need to do this, and I've got to keep trying to be as authentic as I can be, and I'm learning lessons every day. So many that that I laughed about the other night, and I had such a wonderful night. It was like looking at myself from above, and just feeling like a kid again, and feeling just the joke of everything, of how seriously I'm taking myself and my life, and just more confirmation that we are in control of what we create. This body, this vessel with our own little chemicals inside, and our own little souls and our own little personalities, they really shouldn't intermingle or interfere with anybody else in a negative way. It's like we're all here for whatever reason, and I don't want to judge myself nor judge anybody else any further. I don't want to be harsh on myself. I don't like spiritual snobbery that happens. We're all part of it, whether someone says it out loud or not. We're all guilty of judging others. And it's just not what we're here for. We're here for an individual thing. And I don't know where my life will, what will go on, but I know that I'm in control of it. I feel like I'm this little receiver of whatever experience I want. And, if you listen to the heavy stuff, all of a sudden you're in that interface then. You're in that game, your little avatar. That I was sort of noticing the other day, laughing, looking at myself. It was like, I can't tell you because my words won't do it justice. But, so you consume this, and then your little character is all of a sudden in the interface of that reality, that game, that state of consciousness, and we're in control of it, and we're the only ones in control of our own here and now, our own breaths, our own experiences, and we all have different little things that come and try and bring us down into different vibrations. Some of us are very aware of it, and I just pull myself back more and more, and I find that I do it more and more and more, I don't socialise really with anyone. I've got one friend, and she's wonderful. She's got a lot of light in her, and she's having it sucked out of her at the minute, and so I'm trying to help her keep her light and give her a little bit back. And I just notice people around me, like my mum at the minute, she's so filled with unsaid, unacknowledged rage or guilt or shame, or, you know, all these things that I was also filled with before I started awakening, that she just can't breathe properly, she can't function properly, she can't enjoy a moment of beauty in anything. It's, you know, life's a big old trudge for her, and it's her own fault. I know it sounds harsh, but we can get ourselves in and out of crazy states of well-being, mindfulness, consciousness, whatever. Anyway, the kids are staying at the dad's tonight, so I came back, a little bit of a tidy up, put some really loud music on, beautiful music, not you know, heavy shit. And I sat in the garden and I just stared at the sky for like an hour and a half, and that's when I'm most, you know, at peace. And that's my little thing that I like to do, just fucking look at the sky, breathe it all in. And I've done this my whole life. I remember being very little and laying on the settee inside the house next to the window and just always staring at the clouds and imagining that I was, you know, in a boat. And I just feel a connection when I look up at the sky, and it opens my heart and it makes me feel good. And yeah, I'm just I'm aware that I am my own little bubble of chemistry and energy, and I think what we came here to Earth to do is to experience love. And when I had my kids, I experienced a new level of love which I'd never experienced before. And it comes in waves, you know. You've always, as a mum, you've always got the unconditional, you know, you'd fucking kill for these, don't fuck with my kids, I love you so much, or this is a constant. But I'm talking about the intermingling of auras and how beautiful that can be. I've always felt like I've been in my own little bubble, and I've just popped out of the bubble to experience certain things with certain people throughout my life, but I've never actually, you know, interlocked with these bubbles, these auras. And there's a lot of things, I'm only 32, there's so many things that I will learn and that hopefully I will experience throughout the rest of my life, and I'm excited for that. I don't want to feel scared. I'm not a scaredy pants, you know. I'm tough. I'm full of love, but I'm keeping this shield up around me. And if it becomes fragile and it starts cracking my shell, you know, that's my own doing. I can blame anyone else, or I can, you know, I can pass the buck. But you know, it's my own doing how I interpret information and experience from the outside is all my doing and my control. So yeah, I've just had a sobering few days. I've felt very grounded, very grateful for my kids, for my life. Life is fragile, and I don't know. I don't want to take myself too seriously. I don't want to put myself on a platform and then fear that I'm going to be judged, because, like I said the other night, I know nothing. I just know my own experience. That's all I ever have known and all I ever will do. And I can theorise and I can chat with the best of us and we can join ideas, but, you know, sometimes it doesn't get you anywhere unless everybody's on the same page, and you don't often find that. So, yeah, I just want to keep being just free, and music and dancing and singing helps. I've felt very anxious recently about putting things out on the internet for whatever silly little internal reason that is. And so, you know, when I saw myself from above the other day, and I just laughed so much, and it was like coming home to myself. And like, me personally, again, I'm not trying to belittle anybody else who's taking life seriously at the minute, because I've definitely been through heavy times during my life, and I'm just grateful to be out of it and to be alive. And yeah, my dreams are crazy. I don't want to bore anybody else with it, because I think also that's a personal thing that can get people drawn up, and you know, in the same way that we can all connect as oneness to the ether or to God, I think you can also collectively join to dark things and negativity and lower frequencies and vibrations with collective thoughts and ideas. So I'm not going to go into that. I've seen a lot of number synchronicities, and I've felt a lot of internal... What the hell is this song? Jizz in my pants. I'll pass that one. This is one of my favourites. But yeah, I'm noticing that my bubble is, you know, it's getting further and further removed from what I thought. But I don't need to get freaked out about it. I need to feel grateful that I'm in this bubble away and that I'm not actually part of this this show that's going on with the majority. I'm not talking about people online. I'm talking about, you know, life. And just the sadness of it, the grief and the... This is it. I feel my love coming back again. I do. And I'm grateful. And like I said, I've got until the kids come back from school tomorrow to myself. So I might do a little video tomorrow. And I just want to make a little note to myself to continue not taking myself seriously. I don't want to be checking for anything online. I'm completely my own person, and you know, I've always known that, but I get these little reminders all the time. It's like, no, you know, we're all these different, beautiful, unique expressions of a soul, and they come out in so many different ways throughout your whole life. And yeah, and I'm shedding, but I don't want to lose humour, I don't want to lose faith, I don't want to lose love, I don't want to lose the beauty in life and the excitement and the childishness that I am. A fucking big kid, I swear to God, the shit I laugh about in my head is unbelievable. I couldn't even say it because it could be offensive to some people. Even to myself, you know, these are the little thoughts in your own head, but I'm a dickhead, and I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be putting myself on any kind of pedestal to be judged or to judge. This is my own little journey. I'm super proud of myself. I'm proud of you. I'm looking at myself in there. And I looked at myself in the mirror for ages last night, and I remember doing this as a kid as well. And I used to scare myself, actually, when I was a kid. I used to stare, you know, in the mirror. And I used to try and scare myself. And it would take a long time before I scared myself. But I looked at myself in the mirror for a long time last night, and I felt this sort of, come on, this internal sort of, you know, come on, you can do this. Like, you are special, I am special, so are you, whoever's watching this. We are all special, unique, individual expressions of spirit, and we've got this. And if you're on a spiritual awakening path, and you're going to have these ups and downs, and you're going to interface with these lower frequency things, and you're going to experience these experiences which I think are all personally there to help you or to detract you from your soul's path. And I don't know where mine's going. I know where it's been, and I know it's in a completely different trajectory, and it's in a good one. And I don't know, maybe I'll be a nun one day, and I'll live in Tibet on a mountain like I've always wanted to be, and I'll be at peace on my own, and my kids will come and visit me, and I don't know, maybe we'll have technology where we can just click and we'll be with the people that we love. But one day I want my personal bubble of energy and aura to be free to intermingle with others, to experience love in in the most pure, beautiful ways, which I think we came here to do, and it's really hard to achieve that, but it starts from within, and it's all within, and I know that. And so yeah, I'm going to carry on easing up on myself, keep up with the little laughs, but not beat myself up the fact that I prefer my own company. I like to just sit on my own and think about crazy things or not crazy things, but I don't always want to have to run things past somebody else, and I don't want to be, you know, I'm just documenting my little path. And I'm going to turn the music back up now and have another little sing and a dance, and yeah, I hope everybody's feeling well. I wish you could feel how I feel at the minute. I feel the emanations, and it's great, and it's only for me, but yeah, anyway, I'm going to leave it there now. And happy Wednesday!